This is Revelations 13 and 15. I'll read 14 again. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. It says, once again, stuff which will be society and stuff. And guess what? That's all across the world. You know what I'm saying? Because every other country and stuff is going to come with their own MOTB. You know what I'm saying? The mark of the beast, right? It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast society. It says, no matter where you are on this earth, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image, you know what I'm saying? Meaning a world order. It says to the beast, right? The new world order, that's what it's going to be. And it says, which had the wound by its sword and did live. This is Rome all over again. Ultimately, when it comes down to America and whatnot and stuff. And once again, every other country is going to do the same thing, right? They trying to go into a digital society, a cashless society, you see, right? And those different miracles and whatnot and stuff is going to be whatever somebody lacks in and stuff that they will claim to give power to. Like the scripture says, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. And the scripture also says and stuff that Satan has turned himself into an angel of light. And when it comes down to these different miracles and stuff, it's going to cause a lot of people, to be like, yeah, I'm going to get this and I'm going to get that. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get that. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get that. You had this one guy and stuff. It's old, real old. Uh, uh, Pretty much and stuff. He had, he had, he had, he had, he had a studio thing and stuff when it come down to his left arm, and he was able to change his voice at will. He was able to change his voice at will. That wouldn't stop anything. What I'm saying? But to change his voice at will and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Where he can put the auto tune on and stuff when it comes down to the music. Put the auto tune on and stuff when it comes down to the music and whatnot and stuff, right? And the thing is that uh uh yeah, put the auto tune and stuff when it comes down to the music and stuff. But guess what? He wouldn't buy no microphone or nothing. You know what I'm saying? He was just change his voice at will. You know what I'm saying? Make the sounds and stuff different. You see? Right. So it says verse 15. It says, and he had those different miracles and stuff, so if somebody is, say they lost their limbs and whatnot and stuff, and they give them auto mill, you know what I'm saying, where they have prosthetic limbs and whatnot and stuff, they can make it look real, you know what I'm saying, people gonna be able to walk again and stuff who've been in a wheelchair and stuff all their lives, you know what I'm saying, people and stuff, it's like they wouldn't have to worry about taking uh, uh, synthetic cures and whatnot and stuff, just so they can just live the regular life and stuff, because that's what they're gonna use. Whatever it is and stuff that a person's been lacking and whatnot and stuff, they're gonna be like, well, I got this. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? You need to receive this first. You know what I'm saying? This implantable device. You know what I'm saying, right? In whatever form and stuff that's gonna be enticing to the person. And it's gonna be like, you need to take this and stuff in order for you to get this. It's gonna be like a bargain. You know what I'm saying? But that bargain and stuff will affect your life, because a lot of people and stuff do not know how to live off the land. You know what I'm saying? And also all the many trees and bushes and whatnot and stuff that gave like some type of fruit. You know what I'm saying, right? Uh, uh, Esau pretty much cut them down, and then when it come down to the trees that doesn't produce any fruit, that's the main trees and stuff that's really out here. You know, everybody know about those trees and stuff that messed around and grew fruit and stuff in your backyard and whatnot and stuff, and for some reason the government came out of nowhere and stuff, wanted to put a stump right there or cut the tree down and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So you won't have a supply to eat. So you won't have nothing to eat. And we're not going to be in a position and stuff in Jacob's trouble to be sitting up here taking time and stuff to grow food. You know what I'm saying? Time is going to really rush real quickly in that time, you see? Right? Right, and it says, verse 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and it come to pass. It says, and caused that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. You know what I'm saying? You know, so if you're not down with society and whatnot and stuff, you're gonna die. And it don't have to necessarily be where you'll get locked up and stuff and thrown in a concentration camp. It don't have to necessarily be that. It would necessarily be uh would necessarily be that and stuff. It's more than likely going to be uh, 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 it's not necessarily and stuff going to be that. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's going to be uh, uh, it would be the fact that guess what, you'll be cut off from society, just like in the Roman in Jerusalem's persecution or Roman persecution and stuff. What happened? You had Titus. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much trapped the Israelites and whatnot and stuff, and cut off their resources and stuff. Meaning that whatever they had and stuff, that's what they was gonna have to eat on. You know what I'm saying? Until it was nothing. Forcing them and stuff into cannibalism and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Just because they didn't want to pay them high ass taxes. You know what I'm saying? You know, because they wouldn't be able to live. It's the same thing that's going on. You got a lot of people and stuff. They get all these. They probably working 2 or 3 jobs, and depending on where they live at and stuff, or even in a studio and stuff, they got to spend hella fucking money. They got to spend hella fucking money and whatnot and stuff, just so they got to spend hella money and stuff, just so uh, uh, they got to spend hella money and stuff, just so they can maintain what it is that they seek to have. You see, you know, right? And it says, this is uh, it's they pretty much it's the same thing because Rome fell economically, and you see America doing the same. Where no matter how much money you make and stuff, it's not going to be enough. You know what I'm saying, to live. And then I forget old boy, but he was talking about how people and stuff was just going to work for like 4 days out of the week, and they trying to make it into that and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's not 6 days or 7 days and woo to woo. They making it where it's gonna. They're trying to. Their plan and stuff is to make it 4 days out of the week. But with that being the case and whatnot and stuff, guess what? That's not going to be enough money. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's not going to be enough money. Or say if they do increase the money or increase the how much that you get and whatnot, it's still going to put you in a position and stuff where you're going to struggle. You're still going to be in a position and stuff when you struggle. You're still going to be in that position. You see, you're not going to be able to, you know, you know, because even when it comes down to people who get a raise or say they get a another or they get promoted, say they get promoted and whatnot and stuff. The thing is that guess what happens? They don't, yeah, you get more taxes taken out and whatnot and stuff. And you wait till the end of the year or next year and whatnot and stuff to get your taxes back. You know what I'm saying? You know, but the thing is that it's like this. It's still not going to be enough, and it's going to be a rebellion and stuff. And there's something in the amendments and stuff where the citizens can come up against the government and stuff, and that's what's going to happen, as it says in Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. They should not regard their kings nor princes. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's going to be it's going to be in their power. You know what I'm saying, right? So it's gonna happen anyways and stuff. It's going to be a grand revolt. You know what I'm saying? The man of the Lord is bringing out these scriptures and stuff, letting you know what the Heavenly Father designed within this movie. You know what I'm saying? You know, and how it was going to happen and stuff, and it's nothing that nobody can do about it. Not even us. We can't even pray to the Heavenly Father and stuff. It's like, Lord, uh, uh, can you change things around and stuff so we can continue to live in captivity and stuff? And no man, the Lord is gonna do that except for somebody who sold the fuck out. You see, no woman, the Lord is gonna be about that and stuff, except the ones and stuff who care for this world. You see, right? So this is Revelations 13 and 16. It says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. You know what I'm saying? Once again, Apostle Hart said all forms, you know what I'm saying, but at the same time, your life is going to be threatened in order for you to get it. You see? Right? And I'm going to that NLT. It says he requires everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, right? Meaning incarcerated, it says to be given a mark on their right hand or on their forehead, right? You go into that word causes.
Strong's G 4160. Poieo. Poieo.
It says to make uh uh to make ready, to prepare, to acquire, to provide a thing for oneself. You know what I'm saying? Right? So provide a thing for oneself and stuff. It's like, sure, you want this food? You know what I'm saying? Or say if you had a job, because they did this at Three Square Market. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, uh, they changed the infrastructure of the building and whatnot and stuff where, you will get in, you know what I'm saying, by the MOTB. And some people and stuff, they got the little key cards and shit and whatnot and stuff, right? Right. Well, they switched that over. You know what I'm saying? And you had to pay $300 stuff just to get it. They had C-hip parties. You know what I'm saying? Injectable devices parties and whatnot. So where they got you some domino pizza and stuff, the thin crust, the the thin crust and whatnot and stuff. Uh, uh, yeah, you got the thin crust and whatnot and stuff. And yeah, nice. Get the thin crust. And with the Coca-Cola, Diet Coca-Cola, you know what I'm saying, or Diet Pepsi and regular Pepsi and whatnot and stuff, the rust removal drinks. Sprite is the same way too. You know what I'm saying, but the rust removal drinks and shit, you know what I'm saying, and in a free t-shirt and stuff saying that you just got injected and stuff with a device. It's gonna say C hip, you know what I'm saying, you know, right? The Dorito, right? But not actually the snack. It says make a thing out of something. Uh it says to make, constitute. It says or appoint one, anything to appoint or ordain one that. So it's gonna be a rule within a society. You know what I'm saying? You know? And yeah, they're gonna give people the option and stuff of what it is that they want to do. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? It's gonna be very, very threatening and stuff to your soul because yeah, they're gonna go after food and water. Food, water, drinks. They're gonna go after that, you know, you know. And guess what? It's gonna be a controlled famine. Just to push, even though actual famine is happening and stuff, but it's also gonna be a controlled famine. That's why Bill Gates and all these rich ass motherfuckers and stuff are buying up all the land, buying up all the farm animals, buying up everything and stuff that they not finna mutilate or mess with and whatnot and stuff for themselves, but then give you uh, 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 and stuff lab grown meat and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And wicked ass potions. You know what I'm saying? To drink. And when it came down to uh, and the Lord ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Where everything that's out here and stuff is just through. You know what I'm saying? The Lord ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? That's not found and stuff within the scriptures, right? But it says declare one anything. cause one uh, to make ready, and so at the same time to institute, right? It's not the Passover, right? Right. So in the end and stuff, that's what they're gonna do. So I'm gonna get that word Mark.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
Harakma, right? And it says a stamp and a printed mark. You know what I'm saying? Of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the anti-Messiah. You see, and to be the anti-Messiah, the anti-anointed, anti-chosen, you got to be against that, not for it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be against it just to be an anti-Messiah and stuff. And as it says in 1 John 2:18, that there are many anti-Messiahs. You know what I'm saying? Or as you can see, anti-Christ, meaning that there are many. You know what I'm saying, right? So that means that it's many that's against the Bible. There's many against the agenda and stuff of the Bible. You know what I'm saying, And that also goes into a lot of people and stuff who's in these different religions that's outside the scriptures. And even the ones and stuff who do read the scriptures, Catholicism, Seventh-day Adventists, Male Baptists, you know what I'm saying, and the other five and whatnot and stuff. And then you also got Christianity, you know what I'm saying, which was created by the enemy and whatnot and stuff to keep the people docile and stuff and stupid. And the thing is that to pretty much keep them underneath an illusion, a strong delusion and whatnot and stuff. You see, to maintain their rulership. You know what I'm saying? Which the other thing, that came to mind, it's gonna be with that other sit down really. But the other thing stuff that came to mind and whatnot and stuff, the other thing that came to mind, uh, it's like let me keep reading. It says theme carved, sculpted, sculpture, graven work. And what happens and stuff when it comes down to a sculpture, they take a big ass rock and they bang the little thing and stuff against it and stuff to pierce that rock and stuff so it can crack. You see? To pierce that rock and stuff so it can crack. You know what I'm saying? So they gotta pierce you. You know what I'm saying? It says a scratch. You know what I'm saying? And what happens when you get a scratch or even a paper cut and whatnot? It breaks the skin. So it's got to be something that breaks the skin in order for you to get it. You know what I'm saying? And this is going to be the main thing that they're going to bring forth. And it says, even though it's other forms, you know what I'm saying, right? But this is what they're going to do. So it says, or etching. Remember the etch a sketch, the big red square, rectangle and stuff, and you can make designs. I might even look it up on YouTube. It's been a while. You know what I'm saying? You able to turn the little needle and stuff that's behind all that gray sand and stuff, just so you can make pictures and whatnot, right? It says, what is that needle doing and stuff? It's carving through that sand and stuff so it can make whatever picture and stuff that you're doing, right? Same way with graving work and whatnot and stuff. You got a solid surface and they scratch into it, meaning that they got to break up the surface and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And what's left, whatever and stuff you carved in, right? And it says as a badge of servitude, because that's what it will be. You know what I'm saying? You got two different marks. You got the dawa. You know what I'm saying? You got the dawa, which is the mark of exemption, which we all hope to have to be able to hope to elect the 144,000 or the 1/3. You know what I'm saying? And even the innumerable multitude and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's outside of North America, right? Right? Or even if you move out there and stuff, right? It says sculpture, figure, statue, grave, and mark. And I see that they most definitely changing the definition and stuff, but it also means Well, if it comes down to engraving and whatnot and stuff, you got to pierce. You see, this word harax,
Strong's G 5482. Charax. Charax.
right? And you got something and stuff called the what's it called? It's called the it's reminding me and stuff of Isaiah 33 and 6. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's called a credula. The water y'all about outside. It's called the credula. So it's the credula and whatnot and stuff, and it's a needle. And you know what they do with needles? They, you know what I'm saying? Right? But it's a needle with a hole in it. You know what I'm saying? And why? Not to draw blood, but to put something in you, right? And as you see, it says sharpen point, a pail, a stake, uh, uh, right? And what happens when it come down to a stake and stuff? Usually when it come down to grabbing tents, and whatnot and stuff, when you just to hold down the tent and stuff, you got one of those things that look like a stake, and you put it through the little holes and whatnot and stuff, and you pierce the ground. Well, they got to do that and stuff with your skin. So like it. Let me because more than likely and stuff, that little blinkage thing and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? My phone and stuff, it kind of like went out and stuff and came back in. You know, I'm pretty sure and stuff what they did was is that what they did was and stuff is that they changed the definition, because even when it comes down to the we'll go to it, the Revelation 16 and whatnot and stuff, because I could show old videos and stuff that show it. The thing is that they probably just doing this stuff so it could be like, oh, you're a liar, this, that, and third. You know what I'm saying? But even the Old Testament kind of proves that too. Uh, so this uh, yeah, they changed the definition, right? But the thing is that charagma and stuff, it means to make an incision. You see, you know. I don't know if it. Yeah, I didn't think it would do that. Yeah, let me see if it will do it in here. Well, let's look up this word. It says incision. It says a cutting made in surgery. It says a cutting into. You know what I'm saying? You know what them stakes do. They cut into something, right? Even if it's just the earth and whatnot and stuff, you gotta break. You gotta, like right now and stuff. I'm standing over the ground and whatnot and stuff. I'm walking through the grass and stuff, and I see the dirt. You know what I'm saying? But if I want to get deeper into that dirt and stuff, guess what? I gotta use something and stuff that's gonna poke the dirt, right? That's why also the brother and stuff, GMS, North Carolina and stuff, he always talking about the Capri Sun, because it's a pouch full of juice and whatnot and stuff. And where you see the hole at is sealed. You know what I'm saying, right? But what you got to do is that you got to take that straw. You know what I'm saying? You got one side and stuff that's just flat and whatnot and stuff, and then you got the other side and stuff that's sharp. And the reason why it's sharp and stuff, so you can poke a hole in that one little spot and stuff, so you can drink the juice. That's why he called it the Capri Sun. You see, right? So you got to pierce. It says cut it into, to cut, cut through, cut open, cut in, cut on, cut upon,
Feels like a
to
dream,
strike,
feels like magic. Now I believe I can have it. Ooh, ooh, tell me,
right? So I'm gonna get this right quick, and I'm gonna come right back because I'm pretty sure and stuff that's what happened and stuff because I have sit downs in the past where it go into the word mark and it means incision. You know what I'm saying? You know, it, go into charagma and stuff, and it means incision and stuff, and it's crazy that it's not there anymore. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? It also shows that they're going to try to take information. That's why when the famine of word, the scripture says, where there's no vision, the people perish. So when it comes down to the famine of the word, when it comes down to the famine of the word and stuff, pretty much what's going to happen is that you're going to have people and stuff who are going to forget, and they come up with brand new ways and whatnot and stuff, because you got a lot of people who don't do their own research. When they come up with brand new ways and whatnot and stuff to try to deceive the people and whatnot and stuff, with men of the Lord not being out there or being able to bring forth these electronic epistles and stuff, because they're going to need to shut down the internet, you know what I'm saying, you know, or remove anyone and stuff who's giving correct doctrine. Pretty much what's going to happen is that, you know, people and stuff are going to be in a position and stuff to be deceived. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing for sure is don't have anything piercing you. And this is Leviticus 19, you know, because they not this is not going to be 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 but this is not going to be an individual and whatnot and stuff who grabbed them 25-cent stickers and whatnot. There's not going to be in stuff, you know, individual and stuff that gets a 25 sticker and whatnot and stuff from one of them gumball machines and stuff and place it on their arm and wet the back and stuff and slowly peel it off. No, they don't want that. They even got what's called a electronic tattoo and whatnot and stuff, which peel off later down the line. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't deal with that either. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? And plus, the scripture says abstain from all appearance of evil. You know what I'm saying? You know, it says abstain from all appearance of evil and stuff. So therefore, you ain't supposed to be getting something like that anyways, even if it does detach and stuff after a couple of days. I wouldn't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally. You know, right? So this is Leviticus 19 and Leviticus 19 and uh 20 28. It says, ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead. You know what I'm saying? You know, people and stuff that got certain family members that passed on, they'll have a tattoo of them and stuff saying rest in peace of the individual and whatnot and stuff. But what happens when it comes down to those tattoos? You have to get pierced. It's the same way and stuff as a stake. It's the same way and stuff of making engravement and whatnot and stuff, but at the same time, it's ink. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's why when you get it lasered off, you can still see it. Even if you dark skinned, you can still see it because it's going to be an area or a shape that's being shown, you know what I'm saying, you know, where you get pierced. You know, it's not that tattoo and stuff that you put water on the back of the paper and stuff and slowly peeled off. It ain't that. You see, you know, and that's it's a difference and whatnot and stuff. So they got to pierce you. You see, so even if they do try to take the definition when it comes down to incision, the thing is that the Lord's still gonna have it there, where it's gonna show that in order for you to get the mark, you have to pierce your skin. You see, so this is it says Leviticus 19 and 28. It says, "Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh." It says, "For the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord." Right. So we gonna get that word cuttings, and it's the word sharat. And it says incision, cut. And even back in that Quran definition stuff, it was talking about cuts, you see? And what happened when it come down to cut? You know what I'm saying? You know, You're splitting something that's solid. Even when you cut a sheet of paper and stuff, it's a solid sheet of paper and stuff, but you cut that in half. You know what I'm saying? You cut open. You see? You know? Incisions, right? And this the word mark, and it's the word kwai, and it says incisions, imprintment, tattoo, mark. You see? So you ain't, look, it says an incision or gash. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? It's got to be something that's going to create an opening. You see? So that would be the only way. That literally, even though there's other forms and this, that, and the third and stuff, that would be the only way. But ultimately, this is how they're going to deceive the people, and this is what they want, because what? How could it be? Oh no, it's like it says, going back to that Revelations. It's back in Revelations 13 and 17. 16. It says, and he calls us all. We already know what that cause is. You know what I'm saying? By the way of persuasion. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna, if they control the world. You know what I'm saying? Then guess what? They can also control the rules and regulations. So with that being the case and stuff, they're going to change their rules and regulations where this is going to have to be a must-have. Other than that and stuff, you're going to be cut off from society. So we understand what the causes is. You know what I'm saying? Or that make, and that's why brothers always say it's like if you take that chip. It's like if you take that Karakma, if you take that MOTB, if you take it and whatnot, they saying if, and with that if being there and stuff, you know what that means? That means that guess what? There's an option. See, there's an option. You know, while also proving and stuff that taking the MOTB in whatever form and stuff is based off choice that will be presented though. You see, and it says, this is Revelations 13. And what's going to be is Revelations 13 and 17. It says, 16 again, it says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark. It says, or the name of his of the beast, or the number of his name. You know what I'm saying, right? George Joseph Lore and whatnot, the one who created UPC code, Universal Product Code. You know what I'm saying? When you buy anything and stuff, you got two parallel lines and stuff all the way to the left, in the middle, and to the right, and that represents 666. Verse 18, it says, here is wisdom. It says, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. It says, and his number is 603 score six. As you see in the NLT and stuff to the right, 666. You see? Yeah. I was looking for something else, but Slovakia. But as you can tell, right? So this is Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And it says doom for the worshipers of the beast. You know what I'm saying? Once again, when it comes down to worship, this is something that you're gonna have to decide, because when it come down to Islam and whatnot and stuff, right? uh, when it come down to Muhammad and whatnot and stuff, and his building of followers and whatnot and stuff, there will be certain people and stuff who believe other things and stuff, right? And the thing is that they forced them into being worshipers of Islam by hurting them, putting them in pain. You know what I'm saying? Beating them, torturing them. You know what I'm saying? Until they was ready to give up. Well, guess what? Esau's going to do the same thing. He's gonna sit up here and have it. He's gonna sit up here and have it and stuff where uh he's gonna sit up here and have it where where he's going to hurt you some type of way and stuff in order for you to give in, push your back against the wall. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? Right. So this Revelation 14:9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, it says, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his right or in his hand. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that really and stuff, it don't matter and stuff. Say if you I don't know, it does matter and stuff. What they want is your dominant hand. So if you right-handed, then you know that's where they're gonna try to put it in. If you left-handed, that's where they're gonna try to put it in. You know what I'm saying? You know, once again, the stuff in your brain, right? It says it says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, which is nuclear fire, in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And you're going to also have individuals and stuff who's going to not, also want to get that too. You're going to have those and stuff who's not going to take the MOTB and whatnot, but yet they're still going to die. Why? Because they worship the image of this world. You see? They probably ain't take the MOTB and stuff in whatever form. But the thing is that and then when it comes down to whatever form and stuff, Esau, all they gonna do and stuff is make things smaller and smaller. I found out that it's you know it's something smaller than nano, and it's called Pico, Pico. You know what I'm saying? You know, and all they doing and stuff is trying to make the technology smaller and smaller and smaller. You know what I'm saying? You know, but the Lord and stuff is saying how things and stuff are gonna happen. You see? And going back to that Job 14:5 and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know, they can't go past and stuff outside. They can't do anything extra that's outside of what the Lord says. You see? So this is Revelation 14. Well, this is Revelation 16 and 1. It says, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. It says, and the first went out and poured out his vial upon the earth. Uh, uh, It says, and there fell a noisome and grievous sword upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. Because ultimately, you know what I'm saying, they're going to push in stuff where this is the only way and stuff to make trade. You know what I'm saying? This is the only way and stuff to get things. Like it says in the Revelations 13 and 16 and 17, it says that you can't buy or sell. You know what I'm saying? You know, and guess what? You got to buy and sell for everything. You got old clothes, you need new ones. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, you could probably get some hand-me-downs and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And this is a time and stuff to set away your pride and whatnot and stuff. It's like, man, I ain't doing hand-me-downs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to use whatever you can take. You know what I'm saying? You know, when it come down to you know, getting food and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You either stealing it. You know what I'm saying? You know, you either stealing it. You know what I'm saying? Or you're gonna buy it some type of way. You know what I'm saying? You know, uh, you got you know, you're gonna have to buy it and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, but guess what? You're not gonna be able to use cash. You're not gonna be able to use your credit card or debit card. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the same system and stuff, but guess what? On that implantable device. You know what I'm saying, right? And the thing is that what's the other thing and stuff? You're gonna have to um uh uh you know, if you want to pay your rent and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna have to be based off that device. You see? It's gonna be based off that and stuff. So eventually down the line, you're not just gonna be some regular person stuff going through and stuff. It's like, oh hey, you know, yeah, you have this, you have that and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised and stuff if they start putting bounties out there, let us know and stuff who didn't take it and woo the woo and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Oh, they gonna be on your ass. Because out of that and stuff, what would be the point of the FEMA camps? You know? You know? Like say if people and stuff already started with it's like, you know, I'm growing this, I'm growing that, I can keep to myself and whatnot. Hey, they already made that a problem and stuff. If you able and stuff to continue to live on the land and stuff without being taxed. You know what I'm saying? You know, they already made that a problem. You know what I'm saying? Say you got a, you know, you got a job and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But if you No. For people, for in the past and stuff, it was like this. If you was able to live off grid and stuff, they called you a terrorist. You know what I'm saying? And the only terror that you gave and stuff was the ones and stuff who couldn't receive any taxes from you. You know what I'm saying? They don't really care about homeless people and whatnot and stuff because they're not really bringing anything and stuff, you know what I'm saying, to themselves and whatnot. Even though you do have homeless people and stuff who know how to survive. You know what I'm saying? But on that ultimate level, when it comes down to farming and really living off the grid, they got a problem with people like that. You see? They're gonna take people like that and stuff in custody. Because if you can show and stuff that you don't need the government and stuff just so you can be alive, they're gonna have a problem with that and stuff. Why? Because it messes with their funds. It messes with their money. You see, right? So Revelation 16:2. It says and the first went out and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. You know what I'm saying? So once again, eventually down the line and stuff, you're gonna have to get it and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because this is how they're gonna set up all their cities. You know what I'm saying, right? Right? And that also goes and stuff into other parts of the country. You know what I'm saying? No other parts, other continents. You know what I'm saying? Right? Right? So I want to get this. When it come down to the passive, the passive MOTB and whatnot and stuff. If you ever seen Maze Runner Scorched Trails, you know what I'm saying, that thing that kept lighting up and stuff in the back of their necks, that's the passive one. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they knew everywhere they was going. You know what I'm saying? You also got the one that looks like it's not as big as the size of a grain of rice. You know what I'm saying? Where uh, uh, the size of a grain of rice and whatnot and stuff, and it's various sizes and whatnot and stuff. And the thing is that like no bigger than a dime or some shit like that, right? That's the active one and stuff where it got an internal battery, and you got ones and stuff where it works off the heat of your body and stuff when it come down to the energy and whatnot and stuff. You see, you know, and those and stuff are pretty much basically on. You know what I'm saying? All that reader and all that bullshit and whatnot and stuff, no, that shit is on 24 fucking 7. You know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, and the past one and stuff is just going into different ranges and stuff for how far it can be read. You know what I'm saying? That, and then with the active one and stuff. Then they have various other ones and stuff. They got one, uh, 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 they got they got ones and stuff that look like squares. You know what I'm saying? They got ones and stuff that look like squares. They got ones and stuff that uh uh they got flat ones. You know what I'm saying? I think they said and stuff you can like print that out and stuff, but it's not regular printing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Uh, uh they got all different kinds of whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even uh nano versions and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying, which is going to look like a liquid the whole time it's not and stuff. And it's the same way with the Neuralink and stuff, the graphene that they use, the metal that they use. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what's it called? In Transformers Extinction. You know what I'm saying? They call it, you good, they call it, so, so, but they call it Transformium. You know what I'm saying? Right? And you saw how Galvatron was transformed and stuff. It wasn't the regular way. You know what I'm saying? Right? And when it comes down to that and stuff, they're gonna try to do it that way too and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? They got to inject it into you. You know what I'm saying? Right? It's gonna be something and stuff that you're gonna have to accept. You see? Right? So this is I'm gonna get the and they also changed this too. This is Revelation 16. I want to get the 16:2. I'm gonna get the word noisome.
Strong's G 2556. Kakas. kakas,
It says of a bad nature, not such as it ought to be. It says troublesome, injurious, pernicious, destructive, baneful. You know what I'm saying? Right? It says evil, evil things, harm, that which is evil. It says wicked, ill, bad, noisome. You know what I'm saying? Right? It says injurious. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be an injury and stuff that's going to be shown and stuff once you receive in any of these forms and whatnot and stuff, right? Like Apostle Hart said, he said, we're going to know and stuff who take the MOTB. And that's not going to be across like several different years and whatnot and stuff. No, it's going to be shown. You know what I'm saying? Everything's going to be highlighted and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Everything's going to be based off that. You had this one woman, who was it? Endure these last days with a Z4, right? And pretty much he showed how it was this female black woman and whatnot and stuff, right? And everywhere she go and stuff to make purchase, like she had cash in her hand, but she ain't used the cash. She just pressed her face close to the reader and whatnot and stuff. You know how you can tap your cards like it. You know how you can tap your card on the on top of the thing. You don't have to actually put the card in and stuff, or swipe it from the side and shit, or put it where the C hip is and whatnot and stuff, right? You see, which is also the example, it's a flat one too. But when it come down to it and stuff, you see how they had that and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Where you could just hold it and whatnot and stuff, and you can make a purchase like that. She was doing that and stuff where she was pressing her forehead and stuff. Well, no, not pressing her forehead and stuff, but she was just swiping her head past the machines and stuff where you will make a purchase. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? It kept saying that. Guess what? It was good. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? They making those commercials and stuff to show how convenient it is. You know what I'm saying? Even Amazon Go, even when it came down to Amazon Go, right? What happened when it came down to Amazon Go and stuff? You can walk in and walk right out and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because the stores and stuff will have like weight sensories and whatnot, so they'll know and stuff if something got pulled from the shelf and whatever and you know what it is and stuff that's being pulled. So all they'll do and stuff, while if you put it back or grab one and whatnot and stuff, based off the facial recognition and stuff technology, pretty much what's going to happen is that they're going to have to sit up here they're gonna have to sit up here and uh, uh, they're gonna have to sit up here and they'll sit up here and know if that you're the one who taking this stuff, and all they're gonna do is just swipe it off your card. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's gradually coming and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Before, even though it's still here, it's all about, you unlock your phone with your face, you know what I'm saying? They're using the biometrics and stuff, you know what I'm saying? They even scanning the eye, and they've been doing that and stuff. They've been trying to promote that and whatnot and stuff. Like when it comes down to Professor Xavier from the X-Men, you got to read his eyes and whatnot and stuff in order for him to, yeah, about 144. You got to read his eyes and whatnot and stuff, just so uh, uh, you got to read his eyes and whatnot and stuff, just so it can confirm that it's him. Well, they're gonna do the same thing. They show that in Minority Report. You know what I'm saying? They actually got a new technology and stuff. Well, I don't know how new it is, where they can read your blood flow and what parts and stuff of the brain and stuff, where they can predict and stuff what you say before you even say it. You see, you know, they even got stuff like that and stuff, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's connected to the satellites. You see, you know, and that comes from the thing movie Minority Report. You know what I'm saying? They'll arrest you and stuff before you commit a crime. They knew in the future and stuff that if you was gonna commit a crime and whatnot and stuff, and before you commit the crime and stuff, they arrested you before you even did it. You see? All those different movies, Demolition Man and whatnot and stuff, that's predictive programming, where they're letting you know and stuff what they're expected to do. You know what I'm saying, when it comes down to society and stuff as it moves forward and stuff in the future. Right. So this Revelation 16:2, it says, and the first went out and poured out his wrath upon the earth, and there fell a noisome, grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. So we already saw grievous. Back. Anyways, we see what we saw what grievous was and stuff, and it's on the noisome, and we see that it's injurious. So an injury and stuff is going to be popped up. It's going to pop up. We're going to go into the word grievous.
Strong's G 4190. Paneras. Paneras.
Full of labors, annoyances, hardships, and whatnot. That shit going to be on all the time. You know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, it says bringing toils, annoyances, perils, causing pain and trouble. It says of a bad nature or condition. It says it says in a physical sense diseased. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna catch a disease and stuff by catching it, by taking it. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? It's a foreign material and stuff that's not part of your body and whatnot and stuff, and it's gonna also omit. You know what I'm saying? Meaning to send out radiation. And what radiation does over time, even in small intervals and whatnot and stuff, is that it causes cancer. You know what I'm saying? When people get hit with radiation and stuff, they tend to get fucking cancer. There was this one lady. Bear with me. You had this one lady. She had the doctor told her and stuff. The doctors told her. You know what I'm saying, that she had cancer and stuff. You know what I'm saying. I think it was like leukemia or something like that. Come to find out and stuff. So they come to find out she didn't have cancer and stuff, and she took the cancerous treatments and whatnot, and based off those treatments, she did fuck around and have cancer. So she started off without having cancer. Doctor said that guess what? She never did actually have cancer. Went through the treatments and stuff to treat cancer, and those treatments of radiation stuff gave her cancer. You see? So when it comes down to these small devices and whatnot and stuff, it's going to give you cancer. You see? Right? You look up what radiation does, unprotected radiation does, or even over a period of time. You check and see what the fuck it does to your cells. And remember, cancer, it goes from cell to cell. You know what I'm saying? It's a schism. You see, right? Right. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna go into the word, and that's for the word grievous. So it's gonna be grievous. It's gonna be noisome and stuff because it's gonna be easily seen. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be noisome, loud. You know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, easily noticeable. Salaki, that's the word I'm going to look for. It's going to be easily noticeable. You know what I'm saying? That's why it says loud. And, that's how you know the difference between Reggie and loud and whatnot. So I got that loud. I got that loud. Why? Because the smell is so fucking strong and stuff is easily noticeable. Well, guess what? It's going to be the reason why it's going to be noisome is because it's going to be easily noticeable. You know what I'm saying? Right? And it's going to be by the way of an injury and stuff, because that's what it's going to give. It's going to be grievous and whatnot and stuff. Why? It's because it's made to harm and hurt you and whatnot and stuff. You see? Right? Right. So this is I want to get the word sore. Bear with me. This word sore. Hurry up.
Strong's G 1668. Helkas. Helkas.
It says a wound, especially a wound producing discharge pus. It says a sore ulcer. You know what I'm saying? But then once again, you know what I'm saying? You know, because before and stuff, look at the old videos, they changed this definition. You know what I'm saying? It went into cancerous. You know what I'm saying? A cancerous sore. You know what I'm saying? You know, and once again, look up what radiation fuck around and does. Look what radiation does and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know how you take the little X-rays and stuff, and they put that protective gear over you. You know what I'm saying? Check and see what it would do and what radiation would do and stuff if you didn't have that protective gear and stuff. You know what I'm saying? What it does and stuff to your fucking cells. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Our entire bodies and stuff is made out of atoms, molecules. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately going to cells. You know what I'm saying? You know, well, it go all the way to atoms really and whatnot and stuff, but it's atom, then it's molecules, you know what I'm saying, and then it's cells and stuff, and it affects the cells. You see, right? You see, right, right, right. And there was a guy and stuff where it was from GMS Watchmen and stuff, and I can't find it. And I'm gonna end it off with this. Uh, uh, I can't find it and stuff, but pretty much and stuff. It was a pitch. It was a video where you had well, it looked like a Caucasian foot and stuff. It was just light skin and stuff, right? Nothing pinkish or reddish about it and stuff, right? And the thing is that his foot, it was shooting out blood like a volcano and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? And all you saw was him take a MOTB and stuff out of his foot. You know what I'm saying? You know, right, right, right. So this is this is Revelations 20:4. And it says, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai and for the word of Yahweh. It says, and these are martyrs. It says, martyr means witness, and which had not worshipped the beast. It says, neither his image. You know, saying, meaning that that's what they went down for how society was and stuff when they place out those rules. You know, what I'm saying, place when it come down to those rules. You know what I'm saying? You know, once they made it mandatory and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying, then worship the beast and whatnot and stuff. Once again, the beast goes into society and stuff. You know, no, no, society and stuff, and the image and stuff is the New World Order. You know what I'm saying? It says, neither have received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. It says, and they lived and reigned with Yahweh Shah HaMashiach 1,000 years. Meaning that guess what? When it comes down to President Trump, if he gets elected, you know what I'm saying, you know, to be president again, watching Apostle Hard's video and stuff, he's gonna bring back the shooting range. You know what I'm saying? You know, meaning that you get shot to death and stuff with something over your face where you can't see your killers. You know what I'm saying? Hangings and guillotines where they cut your head off. You see? You know? So that's pretty much the stuff what's going to be faced and stuff. It's going to be a life or death situation and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? Would you rather have the Thawa, the market of exemption, or would you rather have the mark of the beast, the emerald, the mark of destruction and damnation? I have to, all this video was you know, or would you once again, would you want to have the mark of would you want to have the mark and stuff, the Thawa and stuff, and matter of fact, I'm gonna grab that right quick. I'm gonna close out with this. This is Ezekiel. I gotta hurry up though. Ezekiel 9:4. And it says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, and we're scattered all across the world. It says, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why, you know, and stuff, when it comes down to elect, they're not going to take the MOTB. Thank you for shopping at 7-Eleven. For your safety. The MOTB and stuff is because they're gonna be complaining about this place, and mostly, you know what I'm saying, everybody wants a relationship between Yahweh Shem Yahshai and whatnot and stuff. Don't nobody want, and then everybody want a guardian angel. You know what I'm saying, upon them. So this is the word mark, right? This is a different mark. This is the mark that we all want of the hopeful elect. It's Tawa, and it says marked as a sign of exemption